This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Let's track it here.
Okay, fans, the Rock and Roll Express going up in this match against Big Ray Traylor and Carl Styles as Pee Wee Anderson, the referee, gets, wait 1 second, the heavyweight champion of the world, Nature Boy Ric Flair, is right at ringside.
Don't gotta wait till tomorrow night.
He wants more. Wait a minute. He said we don't have to wait. I want Morton right now. Flair's going to the ring. Ric Flair, the world champion, says he wants Ricky Morton right now. He's going to the ring. Ray Traylor and Carl Styles have been drop kicked out of here. Oh my. Now Pee Wee Anderson doesn't know what to do here. He is as stunned as I am, as the fans here are, and of all the millions of fans watching the Superstation right now. Here they go. Right in the face. Morton, look at the champion. It's on, right there. Tackle. Take down Morton.
So how about it, man? Starts a tag match, impromptu, Flair's out, and now we've got a singles match. This is a big time deal. We don't normally see Ric Flair wrestle on TV, and when we do, it's a pretty rare occasion. Of course, these days you would see the champ wrestle every single week. But here, this is probably, I don't know, like his third or fourth match on TV of the year.
Right.
And it's not against a quote unquote enhancement talent. It's not him and George South, not disparaging George at all. Just saying it's against Ricky Morton, who is another top act. I mean, let's put this in perspective. You've essentially got two touring brands here, to use a common phrase that fans are familiar with these days. So instead of it being an A town and a B town, let's think about it as it's Raw versus SmackDown. So you've got, you know, the two top acts from both of those tours, from both of those shows, in an impromptu, unadvertised, let's shit it and get it match. This is what made this show so fun to watch and such a big hit nationally, right?
Oh my God. It's the unexpected, and absolutely. And because you had great fan reaction, and it was, I mean, logically you would think, since he broke his glasses and talked about the jacket, that he would want a piece of Ricky Morton. Normally chicken shit heels, which is what these heels always are, would talk a big game and then not follow through. But Rick goes in the ring and does this, and the fans go crazy. Now, this goes back to the talk about Dusty booking this and not wanting to let the
Rock and Roll Express outshine them.
Right. Exactly. There's some validity in that, I would think, but I mean, to me, this was good business. And they were going to have these Great American Bashes this summer, and Ric Flair would have many different opponents. One of them that would be Ricky Morton, and that would be in Charlotte, the outdoor show. Great deal. And I never saw I didn't at that time. I didn't see it as Dusty trying to break up the Rock and Roll Express, but you know, I know. I do get what Ricky and Robert are saying, and I get about Dusty's ego. So there may be some where there's a Frankensteiner before it's time.
Right?
There may be some validity to that. Notice the kid in the front with a Hulkamania shirt. That wouldn't fly today. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. And it's one of the things, besides the interviews, it's one of the things that kept you coming back, because you didn't know what you're going to see. And that's why enhancement matches worked. Greg Gagne told me this all the time. And, you know, I always thought Greg was a fucking knucklehead. But he and I got along, played golf together a lot. I remember we played golf in Asheville, North Carolina one time. And this was during the weekend when we had a show in Asheville. A pay-per-view. And Greg Gagne said, and this is back when we were not doing enhancement matches on TV. He said the only way you're going to pop the big houses now is you have to give them less. He said less is more. You have to pull back on what we're doing.
Yep.
And I agreed with that, because back then house shows were important. It's a completely different monster now. But I believe that. I believe those enhancement matches were important. I mean, it gives us a chance to bullshit you and I, and we step out during the interviews because that's what it's all about. But it was the interviews, and it was something like this that you never know if you could see it or not. They kept you coming back. How about cutting off on that bump? What the fuck? He's going to go out of the ring. We got to go to the break.
Let's track a little bit here.
Into the studios, WTBS still on their feet all around here. And at home, you're watching in on what has become a great match from the word go. Ric Flair issuing a challenge to Ricky Morton of the Rock and Roll Express. And Pee Wee Anderson, the referee, giving his consent to have this match go on. Morton, the flying body press, only got a 2 count. Flair ducked away from that punch and drives his head to the turnbuckle. Both men during the break exchanging blows toe to toe, one getting the advantage, then the other at Flair. One step ahead that time with a foot, and now Morton. He has Morton up for his gigantic vertical suplex. And hard down. Flair in control right now. Robert Gibson encouraging Ricky Morton on. Arn Anderson predicting the end. He was wrong. Arn Anderson said that's it, but he was wrong. Morton comes right back again. And the chain of rock and roll continues. Here they go again. Two of the greatest athletes in the world right here. Flair hits the turnbuckle. High backdrop. Morton ready again. Ricky Morton now to the top turnbuckle. A drop kick off of the top rope. And Ric Flair is face down. Ricky Morton trying to set Flair up for a neck breaker. And now, holding on to Flair's chin. Ric Flair trying to get out of this. Oh, great move. Flair goes right up. He has Morton, or he's had Morton again, trying to get that suplex. Now Ricky Morton turning around as Flair. Ricky Morton as the world champion down. Can he get up to maybe try for a pin?
Man, the crowd's so into this.
And they're putting some time into this too.
Yeah.
And that's what's great about this. It's not one of those angles where Flair gets like a drop kick or something, says, fuck it, that's it. Or Arn runs in, and and Robert's getting into it, which helps the fans get into it. This is very well done. And I've got to thinking about this. There was a missed spot that Ricky swung at Flair and missed, and Flair just backed up and they just went into something else. This may be the finish. No. And it hit me back then. It hit me when I saw that is a case of two guys who really knew how to work. Mm-hmm. And why did they know how to work? Well, first of all, they had talent. Second of all, they worked a lot.
Yes.
And they knew how to improvise if something went wrong.
Right.
We don't have that now.
Well,
and
the guys are working twice a month.
Right. Exactly. And you learn your craft by house shows. That's how you learn your craft. And I know we had a house show, our first one at Daly's place.
How was that, by the way?
It was great. It was great. From all, I wasn't there, but from all indications, it was great. We had everybody on the card, all the champions. So it was good. So, and I know the world's different now. I know there's a pandemic, and I knew that, well, there's a referee bump. But
down. Look at Pee Wee Anderson, the referee, inadvertently run into. As Ric Flair now throws Ricky Morton over the top rope. Ricky Morton over the top rope, which would be, as you know, a disqualification if the referee would have been able to view it. And now, Ricky Morton turns the tables on Flair, and Flair hits the post very hard. Ric Flair is in big trouble right now. Ricky Morton and Flair both in the ring, and Pee Wee Anderson.
I thought we were going to see something big there.
Yeah. So anyway, we just, there needs to be, and that's why the wrestling schools like the Nightmare Factory are so important now, because that's where kids can learn and do some things. But man, if you think today, there you go, could have been, should have been. If you think today, if you're one of those people online who think you know it all, and there are plenty of you out there, and say, well, the work rate ain't what it used to be. Well, fucking duh. Because you learn your, here we go. Robert's going to boom, drop kick Arn. 1, 2, 3.
Try it.
Drop kick Arn Anderson away. And Robert Gibson counted what you saw was a pin right here on the Superstation. Right here on the Superstation. We'll take a look once again and watch this in instant replay. Flair with a gigantic splash. Flipped right over.
Flair bladed too, bro.
Yeah, he did. I was thinking about that too.
Robert Gibson said it. There's the pin. Dusty Rhodes has joined us. Dusty Rhodes and Baby Doll here with a Rock and Roll Express.
I told you people to do it, and I did it just for you, baby. Let me tell you something. You know, Ric Flair comes out here week in and week out, shooting his mouth off, talking about what he's going to do, jumping in everybody's face. This right here is an example, Ric Flair, of what goes down. Every time you tell us Dusty Rhodes, Ronnie Garvin, Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson, Magnum J, every time you wind up in the middle of the ring, flat on your... That's where you wind up. That's where you wind up. It does my heart good. Ric Flair, you won't make it to New Orleans. Robert, this is my main man, but let me tell you something. Get him ready, because it's going to be me and him in New Orleans for that world title. That's right. You still got that right, Tony. I told you Ric Flair will beat you. And I'm going to do it again, baby. The new world's champion.
And you saw it right here on the Superstation. You better not go away.
So that's the rumor and innuendo is that Dusty wanted to break him up and they wanted to put the title on Ricky, and Ricky says, I told him no. There's even a famous promo shot out there of him posing with the belt, and here's Jim Cornette.
I'm incognito today because everybody's after me. Ever since the Midnight Express became the World Tag Team Champions, ever since the Jim Crockett Senior Memorial Cup came up, the Midnight Express have been the #1 celebrities in the sports world. All the reporters want us for interviews, all the TV news cameras. All of our opponents are calling saying, take it easy on us because we want a chance at $1 million too. And you know who else is after me? Precious Paul Ellering. Precious Paul's trying to find me all over the place, said, please, Jim Cornette, ask the Midnight Express to go easy on the Road Warriors. Don't destroy the legend of my men because you know we got matches coming up. Well, let me tell you something, Precious Paul. The Midnight Express are 12 feet tall and 500 pounds. Not like your Road Warriors, 6.5 feet tall and 300 pounds. Because the Road Warriors are a couple of muscle-bound clowns that have paired up together to be a tag team. The Midnight Express are twin sons of different mothers. One unit, one machine. And they are going to make all your brags about the Road Warriors being unbeatable as phony as a get-well card from an Undertaker. Ladies and gentlemen, the World Tag Team Champions, Loverboy Dennis and Beautiful Bobby, the Midnight Express.
We don't have a ton of time here, so
Great
Paul
line.
Garner and Bob Owens do not have much of a chance here.
No, phony as a get well card from an Undertaker. What a great line. Jesus. Yeah, he came up with them, man. He came up with a lot of stuff and could work it into his promos. Just really, really good. Well, back to that that Dusty Rhodes Ricky Morton thing. I could just, and I couldn't at that time, but I can now. Dusty came out there impromptu.
Yeah.
And took Ricky's time.
Yep.
And it didn't set well with Ricky. You could see that.
Yeah,
because Ricky didn't have
clear.
Yeah. Ricky didn't have much to say. Right.
Process what we're talking about. He just beat the world champion He's not even able to cut a promo and revel in it. Dusty slides in.
Right. Dusty does a good job putting him over.
Yeah.
But still, he takes up his interview time. So,
and says, hey, by the way, it's going to be me and you for the world title.
Right.
Well, can we just talk about the fact that he still got to win it first? And he just beat the champ. But
I mean, I saw that as Dusty confident this guy can beat Flair.
Well, I'm with you on that, but immediately, hey, and then I get a title shot. It's like, let's fucking just let Ricky have his moment here.
Right. Exactly.
But how about that, though? I'm sure Dusty could go the argument the other way and say, well, he's a tag team wrestler. I was giving him my endorsement as one of the top stars. I could see that.
Yeah.
So that's the thing is, I'm not saying that Dusty is a bad guy. I'm just saying everybody has their view on what they're doing and justification for what they're doing. And I don't know, it's just one of those things.
Yeah. And again, as much as I love working with Dusty, I mean, we all knew about his ego. We did. Flair had an ego. My God, you couldn't be one of the top stars without one, I don't think, unless you're Bobby Eaton.
Right.
Bobby didn't have an ego.
Let's try.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.